Hello and welcome to Stay Fit with Joy. So I've got a little Tabata style workout here for you today where we are going to utilize two different positions and we're going to build on both of those positions. So the first two exercises that we're going to do in the Tabata, and if you don't know what Tabata style workouts are, is you have 20 seconds of work and you have 10 seconds of rest. So we are going to do 8 different exercises that we're going to kind of build from our first two positions. And we're going to have 10 seconds of rest in between. Our rest, though, is going to really be transition time to get into our next position and ready for that next exercise. So I'm going to show you the two positions that we're going to start with and the two positions that we're going to build from, okay? So we're going to do what is a bear position. We're going to do what is a tabletop position. So for the first 20 seconds of work, we're going to come onto all fours and curl our toes under. You're going to lift your knees off the floor and just hover there. This is called a bear position. We're just going to stay there for the 20 seconds. For our next exercise, we're doing a tabletop position. We're going to rotate over. That's going to be our transition time for those 10 seconds. Hands come slightly behind you, behind your shoulders, and then you lift up into a tabletop position. And we're going to hold that for 20 seconds. And then 10 seconds, we're going to flip back over into our bear position and we're going to add something to that. So if at any point you have a tough time going through the movement of the exercise in either the bear or the tabletop position, you're going to revert back to the first move, which is just the bear or the tabletop hold for the remainder of the time that is left. You cannot add movement to something if you don't have a strong foundation. So if you're not strong in the bear or the tabletop position, it's going to be hard to add movement to it. So don't feel bad if you can't add movement at any time. If you start the movement and then you have trouble continuing with the movement, just hold your tabletop or your bear, whichever position that we're doing the work in. You're just going to hold it for the remainder of the time. Okay, so I'm going to get the clock started. Okay, so that time has started. Get yourselves in position. We've got 5 seconds before we count down into our first exercise. Curl the toes under, you're on all fours, and now lift and just hover those knees off of the ground. So you're going to see you've got a little bit of weight in that upper body. You'll also need to start engaging the core to hover those knees over, and you'll feel also the lower body, like the quads, kind of getting tight and contracted in this position.
2, 1.
Lower down, break from that position. We have 10 seconds until our clock is going to start again. So we're going to use that to rotate into position. Hands slightly behind you. Lift those hips up, slight tuck in of the chin. Squeeze the glutes. That's going to help those hips come up higher. So what you want to think about here is how high you can get those hips up. You're really trying to make a table so that your hips come up really high and they're not sinking down low. The higher you come, the harder you're going to work.
2, 1.
And lower down. Flip it back over. This is our transition time. We're going back to that bear position. And I'm going to give you an exercise to add.
1.
Lift first, hover the knees over, extend the right arm, bring it down, extend the left. So now we're going to start to add some arm movement to this while we keep those knees hovered up and off of that floor. So alternate that weight from one arm to the other
3,
while you maintain that bear position. Good, lower down, 10 seconds. We transition into that tabletop. Get in position, get ready to lift up as you hear that count. Start to get up into that tabletop, hold, upper body movement, cross, and reach for the opposite knee. So we're gonna alternate once again, upper body weight, while we stay lifted through the hips in that tabletop position. So you gotta keep those glutes squeezed nice and tight to keep those hips lifted.
3, 2, 1.
Finish it up, lower down, transition back. Adding again to that bear position.
3, 2.
Start to hover up, and now it's leg movement. Extend one leg out, come back to there. Extend, come back to that bear position. Alternate which leg kicks out every time. So you can see my knees are bent and just hovering over that floor. Finish it up. Lower down, transition back into that tabletop. So you're getting ready to be in position as you hear the count. You're going to come up.
2, 1.
In that tabletop, leg movement. Kick, 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 kick. Keep those hips lifted as you kick. And breathe. Always make sure you're breathing.
3, 2,
Lower down, transition back into your bear position. Get ready to come up, and now we're gonna add multiple movement, arm and leg at the same time.
2, 1.
Hover up, arm and leg come out, back down. It's the opposite arm and the opposite leg. So you'll notice it's difficult to do, to balance once you lift one arm and the leg off of the ground. Do your best.
3, 2, 1.
Lower down, rotate back over, getting ready to come up into that tabletop position, adding arm and leg movement at the same time.
2,
Lift it up, and now we're gonna extend the arm, reach for the toes at the same time that we kick, keeping those hips lifted. And remember, you can always hold just that tabletop.
1.
Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to visit my YouTube channel for more videos, workouts, and challenges. Stay Fit with Joy, stay fit one word with joy on YouTube.